Hi, I'm Angela, a 30-year-old. You will never be as important to Cole as I am. He will always choose me over you. Don't expect anything else from him. This is what my mother-in-law, Mary, told me when I met her. Yes, this happened in our first meeting itself. It goes without saying that I was extremely embarrassed by her behavior. The entire time, she kept insulting me and calling me worthless. She said, "I don't know how my son could choose a girl like you. Then again, no one deserves my baby. He's just mine. Cole is the best kid ever and loves his mom. You're just a temporary person in his life. I know he is your favorite son, Mary. I also know that he loves you a lot. You are his mother, after all. Yes, I don't even think you can replace him. My boy will always choose me. I can't replace his mother, Mary. I am just trying to be his partner and a good girlfriend. You don't have to see me as competition. I want us to have a relationship. Well, you can never be my competition. Besides, you are only here for a while, so don't get carried away. He will dump you sooner than later." Mary's unabashed rudeness really shocked me. You see, my then-boyfriend Cole is actually nothing like her. He is super kind and a very caring person. It's like Cole and Mary have completely different personalities. Needless to say, the whole interaction hurt me like hell. I would never ask Cole to choose me over his mom. I lost my parents when I was young, so I know how important parents are in our lives. Cole has always been a loving partner to me. I also knew that he holds his mother in high regard. His father, Billy, divorced Mary when they were kids. Cole never knew the reason for the divorce. However, he did hold some resentment towards Billy. They have a relationship, but Cole prefers his mother over everyone else. He thinks his mother sacrificed a lot to raise him. I too held Mary in high regard from the stories Cole told me. He once said, "All my ex-girlfriends hated my mom. I have no idea why. She's a little dependent on me, but that's because she never married again. You know, she spends a lot of time taking care of us. Mom never had the time to date, so she expects a lot of emotional support from her kids. She sounds like a great person, Cole, especially since you talk so highly of her. She also raised such a fine man like you. I already hold her in high regard. See, at least you consider that. I don't know why no one else could tolerate her. We've got to be a little compassionate, you know. I can't just leave her like Dad did." Cole, I'm sure they had their reasons, but you are right. You can't just drop your mom off for anyone. It turns out I would end up being one of those girls in the future who would hate his mother and make things difficult for him. His siblings, Dean and Tamara, did try to warn me when I met them at my house. They were very warm towards me after the disastrous meeting with Mary. Knowing Dean and Tamara was refreshing. I was pretty confused about how Cole and his siblings turned out so nice with Mary as their mom. Dean and Tamara made things a little clearer for me. They said, "Angela, I know you've met our mother. You don't have to pretend to like her. We don't worship her as Cole does. He can be a little too naive when it comes to Mom. Yeah, I mean, Mom did raise us, but she wasn't exactly a star parent, although Cole might think otherwise. I think Mary didn't like me a lot. I tried my best to reassure her, but she seems firm in her judgment of me. I'm sorry you had to go through that. I just hope she didn't say anything overly hurtful. Look, I don't know if Cole told you, but she's always been this way towards his girlfriends. I actually have a lot of stories to tell. Yeah, she did have a habit of chasing them away. Mom just can't take it when Cole and we give attention to someone other than her. She thinks just because she chose not to date, she is entitled to our time and attention. Angela, we really like you, so take this as a warning. Cole can be very dense when it comes to Mom. He takes her side most of the time. We know it has cost him many relationships. Don't let Mom win this time. You are perfect for Cole. I don't know, guys. It feels very weird to compete with his mother. I don't have my parents anymore, so I feel bad for Mary. I don't want to take Cole away from her. Believe me, Angela, he really needs to be away from her. Otherwise, he will never be happy. Dean and Tamara gave some good insight into what my relationship would become. It was true that Cole spent a lot of time with his mother. He often canceled dates to be with her. Mary also called him over whenever there was any minor inconvenience. She never worked and was still getting alimony from Billy. I did meet Billy a long time after I met Mary and the siblings. Billy seemed to be more like Cole and the siblings, and it was easy to see why he had to divorce Mary. I never had a problem with Cole canceling dates for Mary. I would make exceptions when she had an emergency. However, his constant catering to Mary wore me down. Dean and Tamara's words kept ringing in my head. I knew it was time to have a conversation with Cole, so I said to him, "Cole, I like that you take care of your mother so much, but you're starting to neglect me. This month, you have canceled all our dates just to be with her. It's getting annoying. You know Mom relies on me a lot. Dean and Tamara don't bother to visit anymore, so I'm the only one who has to help. I can understand if she needs your help or if there's an emergency, but you canceled our dates for no reason. You don't have to run to her when she's slightly bored. Well, she is my mom and doesn't have anyone else. Do you expect me to drop her when I'm with you?" "I'm not saying that, Cole. I just want you to start thinking about which visits are important and which are not." No matter how much I tried to make him understand, Cole never agreed with my reasoning. However, he did promise to make it up to me. I was pretty miffed but didn't complain because he was trying his best. Slowly, I was starting to realize why none of his exes liked Mary. She was unbearable. Every time I was with Cole, she would try to get his attention. When she realized I was more permanent than she thought, she started to become more demanding. It all came to a head when Cole proposed to me. I obviously said yes because I loved him. He was the man of my dreams and everything I wanted. Both Cole and I were over the moon. We decided to invite his family for dinner to announce our engagement. Cole happily called his family and asked them to come over. Billy was the first to arrive. He was super excited for us and gave us his heartiest congratulations. Dean and Tamara also came early and were extremely excited for the wedding. But when Mary walked in and saw the ring on my finger, she just flipped out. She said, "Cole, am I seeing things? Did you propose to her?" "Yes, Mom. I popped the question yesterday." She said yes. I asked everyone to dinner to announce the engagement. You have to be kidding me. What is wrong with you, Cole? You are too young to settle down with whoever you find on the street. You didn't even consult me before asking her. Mom, what are you saying? You always knew I was going to propose to her. But I never gave you permission. How dare you propose without asking me? Why did you spend so much money on the ring? This stupid girl doesn't deserve anything so expensive. Angela, are you happy now that you have taken away my boy? Mary, what are you saying? You should be happy for us. We love each other. You are my family as well now. Mary, calm down. It's natural for Cole to settle down with Angela. She is a great girlfriend. We all knew the engagement was coming. Stop making a scene. This is ridiculous. Cole doesn't need your permission to marry. He's old enough to make his own decisions. Mary just wouldn't listen to anyone. She kept screaming at us and calling us names. Some of the things she said about me were downright nasty. I just can't repeat them here. Cole was pretty stunned throughout the whole debacle. He didn't say much. It was just Mary screaming while the rest of us tried to calm her down. After a while of screaming and crying, Mary left. The rest of us decided to sit for dinner so that the food wouldn't be wasted. Before everyone left, Tamara pulled me aside and said, Angela, I think it's time you set some boundaries with Mom. She called you horrible things in front of us. Cole needs to learn to stand up for you. I know, Tamara. I think I've had enough. I tried so hard to make her like me, but I won't do that anymore. She has disrespected me a lot today. I won't put up with this anymore. I hope Cole understands. Hold your ground. If he loves you and wants you, he'll listen. With that, the group left me and Cole in our rented home. After cleaning up everything, I signaled Cole to the living room. It was time to set some boundaries between us and Mary. I sat him down and said, "Mary has been horrible to us today. I think we can agree on that. She overreacted a little. I guess I shouldn't have sprung this on her. If only I had discussed this with her." Cole, you are a grown man and don't have to discuss these things with your mom. Why are you still defending her? Didn't you hear what she said about me? Are you okay with that? Of course not, Angela. I'm not okay with that, but it's just that she has never behaved this way before. Oh, trust me, Cole. She has done this before. Every time you were away, Mary used to berate me and call me names. She is obsessed with you. Can't you see that? What are you saying, Angela? My mom has been talking about you all this while. Why didn't you tell me before? That's because you have a habit of defending her every time. Look, I know she is your mom and you want her in your life, but I'm going to have low contact with her. You need to rethink your actions and stop catering to her demands all the time. We discussed the problems with Mary, and Cole agreed to set boundaries. I was happy that he was starting to see through Mary's toxic ways. However, he still held her dear and refused to criticize her. Thankfully, he went over to talk to Mary and told her to stay away from me. The wedding planning was equally exhausting, with Mary creating trouble. She even tried to change the decorations and cancel the venue. My MRH had the foresight to install passwords so that only Cole and I could make changes. When we were informed about Mary's meddling, I was furious. However, Cole tried to downplay it and promised to handle Mary on his own. Things were pretty tense between us as well. Mary absolutely lost her mind when she found out we bought a house together. Cole and I found our dream house, and Billy offered to help with the down payment. We bought it immediately and put both our names on it. Mary didn't like this at all. She called Cole and berated him for ignoring her wishes and getting a house with me. Mary wanted Cole to live with her once her lease was up. She also didn't want him to spend money on a house with me. The wedding itself was uneventful since Mary had been given a stern talking to by Cole. My bridesmaid and MRH also kept an eye on her to prevent any further disruptions. However, things went south when we went on our honeymoon. One night, we got a call from Mary. "Cole, I've been in an accident. I'm at the hospital. The doctors are saying I have become paralyzed. I need you right now." "What? Where are you, Mom?" "Tell me the name of the hospital. We'll come back immediately." "You should have called me sooner." "I didn't want to spoil our honeymoon. I knew Angela wouldn't let you come back." "Don't worry, I'll get discharged tomorrow. But how will I manage on my own? I can't even move. There's no one to take care of me." "Don't worry, Mom. You can stay with us. I'll take care of you. I'm sure Angela is okay with this. I'll come to get you when I return. Take care of yourself." Cole quickly called up his siblings and Billy, but they were confused by the whole situation. They didn't even know Mary had an accident. Apparently, when they called her, she forbade them from visiting her in the hospital. Cole was furious and said that Mary was mad at everyone for abandoning her. He also felt bad for neglecting her last year, so he unanimously decided to end our honeymoon early. There was nothing I could do. When we went back, Mary was already back in her house. She was in a wheelchair and started to cry when she saw Cole and me. Cole assured her that he would never abandon her again. This time, he didn't even ask me anything. Mary kept giving me weird looks and making snide comments about how I couldn't keep Cole away from her. I stayed quiet because there was no point in attacking her while she was hurt. One thing was definitely bothering me. Mary never showed us any medical documents or doctor's notes. She even refused to say which hospital she had been to. Cole ignored those red flags and simply told me to leave her alone. When we took her to our house, Mary said, "Son, you seriously can't think about putting me in a guest room. It would be so uncomfortable. It would be better if I get the master bedroom. Your room is so much bigger and has all my needs. I'm so sick right now. I need comfort." "Of course, Mom. If you think the master bedroom will be better, you can stay there. We won't mind. I just want you to be comfortable right now." Thank you so much, Cole. I hope Angela is not mad at me. You guys didn't even get to enjoy your new room first. I can stay in the guest room if she wants. Who cares if I'm uncomfortable? You can stay in the master bedroom, Mary. I never objected to it. Mary just looked at me and smirked. She was clearly enjoying the fact that Cole was paying attention to her. Cole never discussed anything with me before giving in to his mother's demands. He kept blaming himself for not being there for her. Dean and Tamara were also very weirded out by the situation. Everything seemed too suspicious for us. I left it alone because I didn't want Cole to get the wrong idea. Things went pretty much downhill after that. Mary monopolized Cole's time after coming home from work. She called him to her room and kept him there until dinner. Even at dinner, Mary insisted Cole eat with her, and I was left to eat alone in the kitchen. It was like Cole never had time for me. Mary also ordered me around when I was home. If I told her no, she would call Cole and cry to him. Cole and I often got into arguments because he wanted me to do more, but I was starting to hit rock bottom with him. My suspicions about Mary's health never went away, so I decided to keep an eye on her. One thing Mary never knew was that we had cameras in the master bedroom. They were in place to keep track of things if they went missing. Neither Cole nor I told her about them. One day, while I was at the office, I decided to look at the recorded videos. To my shock, there was Mary walking perfectly fine and looking through all the drawers and cabinets in my room. I was stunned. Sure, I had my suspicions, but I didn't know Mary would do something like this. After finding out the truth, I decided to wait before confronting her. Cole and I were still arguing, and I didn't want to upset him any further. So I bided my time, waiting for the right moment. The perfect time came about 4 months after Mary moved in. She told us we needed to talk. We went to her room and waited for her to begin. She said, "You guys know that I've been going to the doctor with my friend. Today the doctor said that he can fix me, but it would take a lot of money." "That's great news, Mom. I'm sure this treatment will help you get better," Cole responded. "Yes, but you know I don't have that much money, so I was wondering if you could help me out." "We would be happy to help, Mary, but we don't have that much money lying around." "Don't be selfish, Angela. You have this house. If you sell it now, the money will be enough for the treatment. You can just move in with me and stay there afterward." "Mom, it's a big decision to make. We want you to get better, but I can't believe this. My own son doesn't want to help me." "Okay, then go ahead and kick me out. I'd rather die in the street than stay here any longer." "Mom, don't say that. We'll figure something out. Just give me time. Sell this Dan house. You don't need such a big house anyway. Angela doesn't get to live in a big house while I rot away in a small one. Sell the house and give me the money." "Mom, calm down. We will find a way. Just let me think about it." Mary just kept accusing Cole of not loving her. She was so intense that Cole was on the verge of tears and almost ready to sell the house for her. That's when I decided enough was enough. I said, "Stop it, Mary. Why are you pressuring him like this? I know you're not sick at all. Your paralysis is a lie. Stop this nonsense now. We are not selling the house for you. Oh my God, Angela, what is wrong with you? Why would you say something like that? Come here. She wants to call me a liar. That's because you are one. Cole, I know you think I'm insane, but Mary has been lying to us. Do you remember the cameras we had in the master bedroom? Yes, what about them? I accessed them a few days back. Mary's just fine. She's acting like she's paralyzed. Here's a compiled video of her moving around just fine. I gave Cole my phone to see the evidence. Mary went white as a ghost. She tried to prevent Cole from seeing the video. She knew I had caught her in the act. After watching the videos carefully, Cole said, "What the hell is this, Mom? You were acting all this time. Why would you do that?" It's not my fault, Cole. You have been drifting away from me. There was nothing else I could do. Angela doesn't deserve all the money and attention you give her. I should be a priority, not her. Of course, Angela is my priority. She's my wife. I will always be there for you when you need me, but you are getting overwhelming for us. How can you say that? I am your mother. You have to sell this house and move in with me. I had to act like a worthless, disabled person to gain your attention. I deserve something for going through this nonsense. You are not entitled to this house, Mary. You should be grateful we haven't kicked you out instantly. Mom, you need to leave. I don't want to see your face right now. I need to be away from you. Mary kept crying and screaming that Cole was abandoning her again. However, this time, Cole wasn't giving in to her. Next, she started to attack me verbally. The insults she threw at me were vile. She even brought up my dead parents to insult me. Cole had had enough and threatened to call the police if she didn't leave. Mary went back to her house, but kept calling repeatedly. Cole and I had serious talks, and he apologized for being so naive about his mom. We discussed her awful behavior and decided it was time for no contact. Even his siblings and Billy were horrified by what happened and contemplated cutting off contact with her. Mary kept pestering us with calls for months. However, she seems to have gotten the hint and is staying away for now. We might consider establishing a relationship if she gets therapy and tries to be better, but for now, she is staying far away from us.